Hi guys, this video will look at the differences between a female and a male litter. My dog has had 2 litters and both times she only had 2 pups. The first litter she had at age 3 and she had 2 girls, and the second time she was 4 years old and she had 2 boys. She had the girls on day 61 and the boys at day 62 of her pregnancy. Usually boys have a slightly longer gestation period. Dogs have an average pregnancy of 60 to 65 days, with it being longer in larger breed dogs. This black and tan puppy was her firstborn. Here you can see that the mum had strong maternal instincts. She knew exactly what to do even though this was her first litter. She bit off the umbilical cords, ate the placenta and licked her babies dry. She nuzzled close to help the puppies drink. The second puppy was born 45 minutes after the first puppy. This was a red dapple baby girl. Miniature Dachshunds have an average litter size of 4 to 5 puppies. Here are the boys at about 1 hour old. She had a dapple and a red baby. This was her second time and she feels much more confident in what she has to do. The birth weight can be very variable depending on breed. As a guide, it is 3 to 5% of the non-pregnant weight of the mother. So in this case, the dog weighed 4.8 kilograms before pregnancy, so that would give the puppies an expected birth weight of 190 grams. The first black puppy girl weighed 182 grams and the second weighed 227 grams. Let's compare this to the boys. The dapple male puppy was born first and weighed 240 grams. The red puppy weighed 213 grams. They were born approximately 30 minutes apart, so that's quite a difference in weight between the boys and the girls. The boys weighed about 20% more than the girls at birth. Here we're back to the girls. The next day you can see the bellies are much fuller and the pups are better at suckling. The mother is more relaxed. She stayed with the puppies the first few days. She refused to leave them and I had to carry her into the garden so she would go to the toilet. She then ran back to the puppies as fast as she could. She was a fantastic mother. Do you notice a difference between the boys suckling and the girls? It is important to monitor the weight gain of the puppies to ensure that they are getting enough milk. As a guide, the weight should double after about 8 days. The daily weight gain can be calculated by using the following formula: 5 grams per day per kilogram of the expected adult weight. So if we used a mother's weight of 4.8 kilograms, that would give 24 grams that the puppies should gain every day. The puppies need to suckle every 2 hours for the first 2 weeks as the stomachs are very small. Here the boys are now a week old. They love sleeping together and feel safe when they are touching. The big sister from the last litter is now 1.5 years old and is scared of the newborns. She keeps a safe distance. The mother never showed any aggressive behavior towards her, but this is a natural instinct and serves to protect the newborns. big sister is slowly trying to get closer to the puppies. She still finds them scary. Eventually, the big sister begins to bond with the puppies. There is a lot of sleeping between feeding. They would always crawl towards each other if they got separated. The eyelids open at 10 to 14 days. However, focusing can take 3 to 4 weeks. The iris is blue or grey initially, and the colour will change at 4 to 6 weeks of age. The ear canals also open at about 2 weeks. Puppies do respond to loud noises before 2 weeks of age. I didn't notice any difference between the boys and the girls. I did notice that the boys were more vocal than the girls. The sister is becoming more involved and is helping to check and clean the puppies. Here the boys are practicing their growls. This always caused Mum and sister to check on them. At 3 weeks, the pups were almost 1 kilogram. The mother was still cleaning them constantly, and this would stimulate them to go to the toilet. Sometimes the pups would block the other one from getting milk, but they always worked it out in the end. The mother would also start to feed them standing up so that the puppies could develop their muscle strength. At 3 weeks, everyone is more relaxed. The big sister is more playful with the babies. At 4 weeks of age, the puppies are starting to become more independent and inquisitive. They wanted to see new things and explore their surroundings. For example, when they were in the garden, the girls would venture off the blankets and step onto the grass. The mum was always close by to make sure that they didn't wander off too far. The sharp milk teeth came out at 4 weeks, and this can make suckling a bit uncomfortable for the mother. The mother always made sure the puppies are clean and safe. She gives them some independence, but as soon as one squeaks, she's always there. Play biting is part of the puppy's development. The dogs had a puppy run to keep them safe and prevent them from eating things they shouldn't, like cables, which could cause injury. It had a step at the entrance that prevented them from getting out, but the adult dogs could easily get in and out of the pen. As the puppies are growing, their demand for milk is also increasing. It is important to ensure the mum can keep up with the demand. The puppies need to be weighed regularly, and you need to ensure the mammary glands are not infected, inflamed, or feel warm or painful. This would be called mastitis. You can express any suspicious looking glands and check the milk is nice and white. There should be no brown or red tinge to the milk, or there shouldn't be any clots. It definitely should not hurt the mother when you do this. Let's look at the boys at 4 weeks. They were more vocal than the girls, and their coordination was not as good. They were also learning to go to the toilet outside their bed. The red male was initially very slow at coordinating his little legs. He needed a bit of help to get back inside the bed. The pups were offered puppy milk at 4.5 weeks. The girls loved licking the milk, but the boys were not that keen. They only wanted to eat dry kibble or wet food with a mousse-like consistency. The boys were more advanced in playing with the toys compared to the girls. I used puppy-safe ropes and chew toys that couldn't be broken and accidentally swallowed. The girls are now 5 weeks old. Here the mum is encouraging the puppies to play and move. She's being very gentle, although they will use any opportunity to have a quick drink.
Puppies.
At 5 weeks, socialization is very important. I introduced them to very well-behaved dogs that the mother knew well. I also took them out to other places. Since I only had 2 puppies, I could put them in a sling bag or a dog rucksack. I was able to get them used to seeing traffic, other dogs, etc. The girls started to eat solid food a little bit later than the boys. Here the boys are at 5 weeks of age. They had their big sister to play with too. She also helped to lick them clean and helped the mum when they were getting a bit cheeky, and she was really great at just calming them down. At 6 weeks, the black and tan puppy weighed 1.25 kilos and the red dapple weighed 1.56 kilograms. The bigger puppy averaged a weight gain of 200 grams per week and the smaller puppy averaged 160 grams per week. The boys, on the other hand, both weighed 1.5 kilos, averaging 180 grams weight gain per week. This means the red girl was the biggest. You can see the puppies are looking much more like sausage dogs. Their bodies have become longer and the noses have shot out in length. They are more hungry, more inquisitive and playful. They sleep less and are more cheeky. Here you can see the boys at 6 weeks. They are way more wild and rough. Perhaps it helps that the big sister is also there to play with them. They definitely seem more boisterous than the girls were, and the mother was also rougher with them. The boys were her second litter, and so she was way more experienced. Here the pups were 7 weeks old. I always took the puppies with me to work so they could get used to travelling in the car and meet other people. They are completely independent and they loved chasing the mum when she had a lead on. The office was puppy safe, so they were free to run around as they wanted. Let's compare the boys at work at week 7. They also found the leads a fun way to play with mum and the big sister. At 7 weeks, the appetites are huge, the energy levels were high, and the cuddling was adorable. The girls had the warm summer to explore the outside. They had free access to the garden. The boys were born in the winter months, so they had to do a lot of running around to keep warm. As they had not yet received their parvovirus vaccine, I only took them to remote areas where they could run around freely. I made sure they were comfortable walking on grass, gravel and forest grounds. I also took them out in the dark to help them with their socialization. Taking them outside regularly helped teach the puppies to do the toilet outside. At 8 weeks, the smaller black girl weighed 1.6 kilograms and the red girl weighed 2 kilograms. The dapple boy weighed 1.9 and the red boy weighed 1.85 kilograms. There was not really much difference in size between the boys and the girls at the end. The mother would wean the puppies off the milk and was reluctant to let them drink all the time. The puppies had a few tricks like getting a quick suckle while the mother was distracted or eating. Here are the boys at week 8. This is the part where the puppies are getting ready to leave for their forever homes. They get their passports, microchip and first vaccination, and they had to practice wearing a harness. So which was your favourite puppy? Did you notice any difference between the litters? Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video.